Good evening and welcome. Welcome to my live stream, Fight CPS and Stop Taking Our Children. My name is Bob Pace and I'm your host. And I want to welcome you all to this evening because I know it's been probably a long day for you. But right now, we're here tonight to address the child protection system. That's what I call CPS. Now, normally my show time starts at 7 p.m. in the evening, and it's Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. And one of the biggest problems I've been facing is the computer issue. It's like a hit and miss until I get my new computer or get a computer replacement. It's very, very hard and difficult, but I am working on it, and hopefully I'll be paid soon that I can get this computer purchased and not be dealing with this sort of Mickey Mouse operation. But I'm at the mercy, and I'm on here to help you all understand of how to fight CPS. Now, what I call CPS is the Child Protection System, which is found in every county, in every state, and worldwide. That's right. We have 22 countries that have been listening to CPS. And we have also have all 50 states, including the District of Columbia, that listens to CPS also. Now, I'm here also to cheer you on, to be your cheerleader in your court, because what you're dealing with is a really terrible government entity. It was mandated by Congress in 1962 that social services would protect our children from neglect and abuse. And they formed many different child protection systems, such as in LA County in California's Department of Children and Family Services. Next door, the county that I've been fighting was Orange County and its child protection services. There's also in Prescott, Arizona, the Department of Children's Services. In Richmond, Kentucky, it's the Cabinet, and so forth. There may be different names, but they all have the same purpose. They're supposed to protect our children from neglect and abuse. But instead, a lot of them are abusing parents, abusing children, trafficking children into foster care, very corrupt, dishonest, not transparent, and all they think about is making money. So money thing. And I've been on here, and I've been doing this for 18 months, over 1,500 people. Now, in the morning, I'm on Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and on the weekends at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. They're 1-hour live streams, and that's all on the West Coast of California, Pacific Standard Time. And I've had quite a following now, and I'm really excited to see that group. Now, I have no idea what your case is about unless you inform me, and I'm here to help you with that. So one of the ways you interact in this live stream is that you can text me a message such as a comment or a question, and it should pertain to CPS. Please state your first name, your city or your county, your state, and of course I said country. Also, please tell me about your CPS case from beginning to where you're at. Now, another way that you can be a part of this live stream is to be a guest. And I'd love for you to be a guest. All you have to do is email our show producer, Grace, who was just here a moment ago. I want to thank her for all her hard work. But her email is grace@vincentwdavis.com with the date and time you want to be on her show. There are 14 shows to pick from. All you have to do is say Sunday morning show Friday night show, Wednesday morning show, Tuesday night show. And she'll get you on there. She'll give you a link to StreamYard, which is the software application I use, and then I broadcast on YouTube. Now I have 7 channels that are all coming in here to the YouTube channel. Those are Facebook groups that you can find on Facebook. That's how you found me. Fight CPS with Bob Pace. And I'm glad you did, because I'm here to help you. I'm not an attorney. I am a loving father and a loving husband who has 42 years of marriage and has helped raise 6 children. I have a lot of life skills information, over 60 years of life skills. And I too was a victim of CPS. I too was a victim of CPS. And another way that you can participate in this live stream is you can call me. My phone number is on. It's set for 626-698-0990. And that number is live, and you can call in and tell me about your story. You can call me and tell me about your story. And so with that being said, I think it's really great that you found me, because I can give you some hope with a lot of things I've been talking about. Now, we have someone that came in the room here, and let me see. It looks like a new person here. Well, it may be the same person. They're using different names. Well, good evening, Justice Mia. Justice Mia. I'll just call you Justice Mia, or Mia. How about I just call you Mia? I like to have a first name, Mia. You're from LA County, and there's someone that's similar to that I know in LA County. And okay, you may be live or one of the other names that you have, but glad to see you, Justice. Glad to see you. This room is open to anybody that would like some help and is serious about fighting CPS. Now, I know that CPS has started off bad for you. It's an agency you may not know about, but hopefully there's some things I can help you with and things like that in nature. Now, a couple of things, too, I like to point out is that if you call or you a guest on my show, you're entitled to a free 15-minute presentation. And I apologize, I'm broadcasting from home for all the background noise, but the best I can do. Trying to get respect. It is very hard to get sometimes. So I'm losing my train of thought here. There's too many distractions here. Yes, if you're on my show as a guest or you call in, you're entitled to a free 15-minute Zoom consultation with attorney Mr. Davis. Now, he's my attorney, and he's the one that put together this live stream. Now, his number is 888-888-6582. That's his office number. When you reach the people there, you reach reception and tell them that Bob Pace sent you. And when you do speak to Mr. Davis, tell him that Bob Pace sent you. But he can be set up if you want to make those appointments. Also, that office holds other attorneys for immigration, property, and other things to that nature. And so, if you need help in, I said immigration, I mean divorce or family law or criminal matters, he has an attorney for your needs. But he also is the top attorney in the child protection system. He is trained in juvenile law, family law, and dependency law. Those three areas are what you need to fight CPS. They're what you need to fight CPS. It's an area of law that is very tricky. Fighting CPS is like open heart surgery. Hold on one second here. I'll be right back with you. I'm sorry, I got to take. When I have to excuse myself, I need to remove myself from the live stream because that's the way my show producer would like me to perform. But I had to take care of a personal matter. But I'm back. I'm back. Hello, Christine Renoza. It's all good. Small place. Not about respect as much. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much, Christina. Thank you. Those are kind words. Anyway, I am trying to resolve my computer issues here. And there's Bartley. Hi, Bartley. I want to know how the rest of the day went. You find more about that meeting that took place today. Barkley is from Montana, and Christina Renoza, I think, is from California, if I'm not mistaken. I could be Stan is correct. Justice or Mia is from LA County. Now, I was talking about the phone number for the law offices. That's also where you can get the schedule of events, schedule when Mr. Davis will be on, when I'll be on, other people. Mr. Davis has a show at 6:30 in the morning that he addresses people every morning. Last night, he had to come on late last night. That's why my show was late. Last night, I had moved it to 8 o'clock because I had a commitment I had to take care of. But then I found out that he was going to be on at 8:30, so I waited to 9:30 to do my show from 9:30 to 10:30. And this morning, for some strange reason, the computer stopped. I don't know if the plugs weren't tight or something, but the computer was jammed. And I told my show producer, but then she canceled the show, so we had to restart it over, We had done a half an hour of the show, but you can't leave it going. I don't know how else to temporarily stop it. But anyway, I redid my show because I didn't want you guys. Every day I've done a full 1 hour live stream for 18 months. That's since October 2023. I've not missed a day yet. And I've done it on holidays. And I'm pretty dedicated to that. So I'm here to help you, but I need your help to tell me what questions you want answered, what topics you like to talk about. Because I can sit here and talk about myself. I can talk about CPS. I can talk about my rules. But I love to talk what you guys want to talk about, what you guys like to do there. Now, if 15 minutes is not enough time, I have a 60-minute, a 30-minute window. Let me pull it up here. I'm trying to get it up here. 30-minute window. Where'd it go? Okay. All right. Where did it go? There it is. For 30 minutes, you can talk to Mr. Davis for $60. All you have to do is go to that website, put your credit card in there, pay your $6, and you can have your appointment with Mr. Davis, a private one-on-one consultation. It's all set up by you, so you can set it up when you want to be and when he's available. He will show that. He'll show that. Now, hold on one second here. I think okay. Okay, that was some good news I heard from you, Bartley. I'm glad that you told me that. Bartley says she has a friend in Spokane, Washington that's going to help her. And um, Bartley just texted that to me. And she's going to try to get an attorney. Now, it's very important, Bartley, if you're listening to this and all of you, to pick attorney, you should get 3 quotes. And before you even talk to the law offices, you need to go through the internet and find them. And in order to find them, you got to put the city, followed by the state, followed by the letters CPS. And then after that, you put juvenile law, family law, dependency law, attorneys. And you'll see the one pop up. From that list, you're going to pick your 3 best ones from your list by looking at it. Maybe someone has a better website than the other. And you're going to call them. And when you call them, you're going to first check to see if that attorney, or if you speak to that attorney, are you a juvenile law, family law, dependency attorney who has fought CPS and gotten children back? If their answer is yes, then you move on to the second question. When your CPS closed, have you ever fought CPS in a civil lawsuit and won money back from CPS, either in state court or federal court? If the answer is yes, you got yourself an attorney. You need to get 3 of them. Now, if you want one of the attorneys, I can give you Vincent Davis. I already told him his number. And you can get Mr. Davis. His rate's $500 an hour, and he'll get you a quote in Montana if you want one of the best attorneys around. But when that person of yours calls you, Bartley, that calls for your behalf, make sure she asks those questions. And then what you're going to do is, after you heard yes, you ask them, you need 3 references. Then you call the 3 references. And then after you talk to the 3 references, you find out what kind of attorney that person is. Then what you do is you call the attorney you want back and interview them. Go in person, talk to them, and find out how much the retainer is. And you do that so that you have 3 people to choose from. That way you're guaranteed and not a stupid attorney. There's too many attorneys that promise you the world, but maybe the chemistry is not good. You need to meet with them. That's what the purpose of the chemistry is. And Vincent can meet on a Zoom conference. He can meet you on a Zoom conference. But he's in California, you're in Montana. So you need to find some local attorneys because he will be a lot more expensive to come from Los Angeles to there. I don't know what your friend's budget is, but it's going to cost you some money to get a good attorney and get that matter cleared up. It'd be well worth it to you. And I'm glad you're doing that, Bartley. I'm glad you're doing that. Now I'm going to put my phone number back up. To call me right now, my number is 626-698-0990. And I'd love to hear you on this show here to talk to me. Hello, Cruel. Cruel is Felicia, and she's from Ventura, California. She has a miserable case. Her family members are trying to take away her house that her and her mother live in. And of course, they've said some bad things about her children, and she wants them back. Yes, you want to talk to Vincent Davis. Well, I've already set up a meeting because you've called on here. He'll set up a time to talk to you. Have you heard from my show producer, Grace? Because she'll line you up that 15 minutes. You can talk to him then. And I did talk to Bartley today a little bit. Her and the stepfather of the child that they're trying to get. See, it was the biological parents in Bartley case raped the mother. The mother was pregnant, I guess, fell in love with a man that has been a stepfather to her son, who was 5 at the time when he was taken. Apparently, this biological father, who caused so much anguish against the mother, wants the child because he wants to get money. He thinks that CPS is going to pay him lots of money. He's looking for a breadwinner. You have to be careful out there with family members. And it's sad. It's sad. That whole case is sad, Bartley. All right. Wow. We now have Yeshua, who is the same person as Justice. There's so many different names, it's hard to keep track of you. Yes, Yeshua. But anyway, I guess you're switching it. So if you have a question, Yeshua, about CPS, I'll help you. I appreciate your prayers and all the warmth you give me. That's great. Now, we need a new baseball. Hey, I think that's familiar. We need a new something. You got to refresh my memory. What city or county are you from, your state? So I have a lot of you that have become very philosophical, and that's fine. But I really want to help people with particular messages that they want to get and so forth. Anyway, Justice and Yeshua are the same person. They just use different accounts. I guess it's so easy to make accounts in Facebook. Oh, we need a new baseball. It's Britt, Iowa. Glad to have you there. And so we have Iowa, Montana, California, 2 people in California. Who else we got here? I think that's it. So what topics you like me to talk about tonight? Or do you want to hear about my 5 rules? Or you want to hear about my case in CPS? What would you like me to do tonight? Um, okay. Well, let's see here. I was talking about something new in the news. Let me see here. Okay. Now, here's something that is pretty recent here. Hi, my beloved. Yes, you're here and welcome. No, don't give up. The Trump administration has a war on children. The administration is quietly putting American children at risk by cutting funds and manpower for investigating child abuse, enforcing child support, providing child care, and much, much more. Well, I think there's some confusion on that. I don't think our president has a war on children. I think what our president done, he's cutting government waste. We have a government that's very corrupt. That's what Doge is all about. And they're investigating social services. And a lot of people are spreading a lot of false rumors out there. And of course, you have to be careful with the news. Now, yes, he's doing mass terminations. He's suspending some old programs and so forth. But you have to understand, for so long, CPS has not been doing family reunification. President Bill Clinton signed into law the Incentive Act, which rewards the child protection systems extra money for being um, or taking the children and put them into foster care. Family reunification has been on the back burner. Why? Because it takes so long, and you know that is wrong. That's wrong. So yeah, I can't really. When I read these political things, there's other things that are, safety of children must come first. And when you have a rogue entity like the child protection system is, you need to clean them out. You need to straighten them up. You need to straighten them up. And you certainly don't need to. People are doing their own agenda here, and it's so hard to pick up to look about topics. One of the comments that my show producer says, I need to spend more time talking about the news. Well, there's so much news right now. Um, you know, uh, Here's one article here. Child welfare recap the 25 session. And the 2025 Virginia General Assembly session was marked by significant attention to the issue affecting the state's most valuable children, particularly those involved in child welfare system. While several important pieces of legislation made progress, there's also setbacks that underscore the need for continued accuracy and action to ensure a better future for foster youth. All right, we got somebody that maybe comes in and talks. Well, they did try to call in, but somehow they hung up too quick. Good evening.
Please leave your message for... Good day, it's Chris Hakeem.
Yeah, hi. This is Bob with the live stream of tonight. We are here to fight CPS and stop taking our children. You had called in. I assume you were trying to make a call to my show, but it went right to voicemail. So please call me back at 626-698-0990. Okay, well, I left a message for the individual. We'll see if they come. There. I'm trying to think of all the people here so far. Calls. Okay. Now, my beloved, you said, we are God's big family. We're not alone. God is greater than CPS. God is powerful. The person from LA County, you have several names. It's very confusing and distracting on the show. Could you use one name and talk about CPS issues? I'm not trying to say, Yeshua, I'm directing this to you. By using different names like this, it's very confusing. I'm trying to give you my time and help you. And I appreciate all your great words, but kind of use one account and stick with it. It's hard enough to remember because my beloved, and Yeshua, okay, here we go again. We'll try again. Hello, the law office of Vincent W. Davis, and this is Bob Pace live stream. Yes, who am I speaking to? Can you turn down your background noise so I can hear? It's too noisy. Yeah, I just need your voice only, not the background sound.
I'm going out. Yeah, I'm going out right now.
Okay, you're going out. Well, who am I speaking to first?
Kate Hakeem.
Okay, Kate Hakeem. Have you been on my show before?
Yes.
Okay. And what part of the world are you from? Iowa. Okay.
We need baseball.
Okay. Are you one of the people? Are you one of the people that are on tonight on my show?
Yes.
Okay. There's somebody from Iowa. It was getting me confused. Yes. Let me see. What is your screen name?
We need baseball. A new.
Oh, okay. Baseball. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I was at the baseball game. Anyway, yeah. I'm glad you called in, and a warm welcome because you've been talking to me before. I now recognize where you're at, and you're from Iowa. And what can I do for you tonight? What can I do for you tonight?
Okay. The last time we speak, I have 3 children.
All right.
And they terminated all of our rights to all 3.
Now,
in the last week.
Did you have an attorney?
Yes. And they fought hard, and they said it was discrimination. My lawyers did. They used my disability against me.
Okay. And what is your disability?
ADHD.
Okay. That's not a disability. That's called a special need of something there.
Yeah.
I don't really look at that because you're still able to function and take care of your own. So now what was their grounds for terminating your rights to your children?
Because I can't focus.
Who can't focus?
Me, because of my ADHD. That's why.
Okay. Now
I can't focus very well. And they said that it's about all disabilities. They should not have children.
Okay. That is a great topic that you're talking about because there have been some questions about what parents can have children and what parents can't have children. And I think that's up to a doctor can tell about the safety.
My doctor said yes.
Right. I think
I can have children.
Right. And think if a medical doctor says it's A-okay, that doctor should be subpoenaed into court and say there's nothing wrong with you. I think, for an agency that isn't trained in medical to sit there and label somebody because they have a special need should not be the case. And I'm so sorry for you like that. I'm so sorry. Now you're going to have to appeal that decision. Don't agree to it.
We have.
Yeah, you will have to appeal that decision.
We did on our first one too. On my first two they took them away at 6 months. We appealed it, and they came back and said, we agree with that situation.
Okay.
That they could take them.
Huh.
It's just ridiculous. Can we appeal that too?
Okay.
I'm hoping we can appeal it again.
Yeah, I'm so sorry because I don't know the laws in Iowa.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, your case is unique because parents should have children if they are suited to have children. And right now, CPS says you're not suited to have or to take care of children. And they say that people with ADHD, it's a special needs. But isn't medication, do you take medication?
Yeah.
And right now, you're comprehending the questions I'm asking you. You're talking to me intelligently. So what example did they give you that you can't take care of a child? Did they give you any examples?
Because I can't focus, and I act like a little kid.
Well, you must be focused enough to answer my questions. And I don't think he's a little kid. And you're talking to me normally there. Did your lawyer ever have a doctor in court to testify on your behalf and demonstrate to the court?
We didn't even have a chance to get a doctor there because they wouldn't continue the case. Yeah. So we have to do it this date.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. There. Is that attorney you're using? Is that attorney? What kind of attorney is he?
Public.
So he's a lay person.
Right.
He's somebody that is a public defender, and that's part of the problems.
Right.
And there's no way you can afford. There's no way you can afford a real attorney.
We can't.
Yeah. Do you have a private place you can talk, because there's still got some interference?
Yes. I'm just headed to my car.
Okay.
We just got done bowling.
Okay. It's all right.
I'm waiting for my husband to
Okay.
unlock the car. My husband.
All right.
It was frustrating because me and my husband both have disabilities.
Yeah.
My husband has bipolar.
Okay. Well, people with special.
And there was a bunch of lies
Yeah.
made up about us and stuff like that.
Did your attorney, besides not having a medical doctor to prove what condition you're in, did he maybe have people that you could call in that would work with you? And they weren't able to. Were they able to speak?
Yeah.
And what did the judge say about the people that are able to speak?
Nothing. She wrote a whole. They lied. There was a lot of lies and stuff like that.
Wow.
Because they didn't take my father-in-law's advice to heart or anything.
Okay.
They ripped apart my father-in-law's speech and everything.
Okay. Your husband's dad has a speech problem?
No. He talked to him perfectly. And he told them that they've never seen any problems with us, blah, blah, blah. Taking care of the kids, everything.
Okay.
And my mom also wrote a letter saying stuff that was good. Because my mom lives with us and she helps out.
Now, were the lies, Christina has a question. Were the lies about you addressed on paper?
Yeah.
You have written documentation.
Yep.
Well, hang on to that because you'll need that for that appeal.
Okay.
It sounds like it's a really terrible case of yours there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's bad. They used phones and that. He used a phone without asking, and I always ask.
Okay.
He used my phone.
Why do you have to ask to use your phone? Why do you have to ask to use your phone?
Because they tried to, what is that called? Not let us use our phones.
Who?
The judge did.
The judge says not to use your
social
phone.
work.
Well, were you using your phone in
Right.
court, or what were you using your phone? Where?
With my daughter, because we were playing video games. We played together different games
Wait,
on the phone.
I'm confused. Why does playing games have anything to do with court?
During visits.
During visits.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Because my daughter learns better by hearing stuff and stuff like that.
okay.
Even with the phone.
All right.
She learned a lot more when she was working with tablets, stuff like that.
Okay.
Being with us.
Well, are these video games being played with you and your children? I mean, how does this relate to the court appearance, the use of playing video games on the phone?
Because she said we couldn't even do that anymore with our child when we were at visit.
Oh, you're telling me
But our social work,
that it wasn't quite clear what you're saying there. Okay.
Yeah.
You have visitations with your... Okay.
Then at court, she used it against us. My husband tried to say something, and judge wouldn't even let my husband talk.
Okay.
He even asked nicely.
Yeah. Well, in a court of law, the only people that talk are the judge and the attorneys for the plaintiff and the attorneys for the defense. Social workers cannot talk unless they're asked to do so. Parents cannot talk unless they're asked to do so. And if the social workers are talking out of turn, then that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's wrong. Court etiquette says that the judge is a referee and that the plaintiff has counsel, and only the counsel of the plaintiff can talk in the courtroom, and only the counsel for the defendant can come in the courtroom. Now, the plaintiff is represented in social services. They have counsel. They should be able to talk. And you or the defendant have your attorney to speak. But there should...
Yeah, we were talking to attorneys, and the judge did not like that.
Well, okay, you don't want to talk during the courtroom because of the noise factor. You have to talk outside. If you want to talk to your attorney, you take them outside and talk in private. But when you're in the courtroom, you have to be quiet. You have to be quiet and listen. And take good notes because you can write down the things that are wrong. The things that are wrong.
Mm-hmm. She said to write everything that they say that's wrong, write it down.
Yeah. Yeah, because in courtroom, you're not supposed to have a lot of talking in there. It's supposed to be quiet.
Right.
And there's probably a sheriff who acts as the peacekeeper. The sheriff is the bailiff.
There was nobody in there with us but the judge and...
Okay. Well, I'm surprised because every courtroom has a bailiff, and the bailiff is usually a sheriff, and they're supposed to be the peacekeeper. They help keep order in the room and restrain people if there's attacks on the judge or other people. That's called a peacekeeper. You got a referee, you got counsel, you got the peacekeeper, and then you got a recorder. That's the court clerk. And the court clerk is the recorder and takes notes.
Right.
But that's how a courtroom is supposed to work. But I guess I'm not familiar with Iowa because maybe they are still backwards. I can't believe that far backwards. But there should have been someone there. And again, you don't talk during the court. You got to be really quiet and take notes. You got to be really quiet and take notes.
Right.
So you got this thing that came down and they went against you. And is that for all three children?
Yes.
So all three children, they want to terminate your rights. Do they want to terminate the father's rights too?
Yep.
Okay. Well, then the court-appointed attorney using, is that person going to do the appeal, or do you have to get another attorney?
The lawyers that were there, that they are going to do the appeal.
Okay, what kind of attorneys are those?
Court appointed.
Okay. So that's only attorneys you can use. You can't use a real bona fide attorney.
No.
Well, that's tough because without a real attorney, it's going to be really, really, really hard to.
We are working on getting a real attorney with our stepdad.
Okay.
He's helping us get a real attorney.
Yeah. I want to thank Christina Reynosa for a thumbs up for your emoji. Thank you, Christina. I'm not trying to ignore you, my beloved, but you're the same person. You're like 4 or 5 people, the same person. You're from LA County. You say you've hired Mr. Davis. He represents you. But I really like you to talk about CPS matters, okay? If you can talk about CPS matters, that would be great. That'd be great. Because you're clouding the room with all these messages. I can't see anything. Yeshua, you need to be with one person, okay? I'm not trying to be bad to you, but Justice and Yeshua and Beloved are all the same person. And you have other names too, because you have other names too on the other days. And so please, let's talk about CPS and what questions you may have. What about your case? Now, how many days do you have to do that appeal? How many days do they give you to do that appeal?
15. Oh, 15. 10 days, yeah. 10 days.
Well, you got to be very careful those 10 days. Don't let it slip through you. You need to do that appeal within 10 days.
We are. We're going to meet with his lawyer. We're going to swing by there tomorrow.
Okay. That sounds good. Boy, oh boy, have you ever had this trouble before with the CPS before? No. This has only been recently. What triggered it? What brought it on, you think? Was it a family member complaining?
It was a doctor and one of my twins was born light, low birth weight. They accused us of starving them, which wasn't true.
Why? Were the children underweight?
Yes. One was.
Why was the child underweight? Why was the child underweight?
Because he couldn't keep he has some kind of disablement that he can't swallow right.
Okay. And did you have a doctor write a paper or testify on your behalf
Yeah.
that child couldn't? And what did the judge say then?
Judge said it doesn't matter. They were starving their child. They should have brought it to the hospital. We were at a doctor's appointment for that.
You're at a
And he
doctor's.
was finally gaining weight on a certain kind of formula.
Okay. Okay. Well, you definitely have a real hard situation. Have you tried to look around for any legal help, like Legal Zoom or something?
Chris, accident. Mm-hmm.
What was the Legal Zoom issue you were talking about? An accident?
It's called legal aid in Iowa.
Have you tried to talk to legal aid in Iowa?
They say they don't take those kinds of cases.
The cases that deal with CPS.
Yeah.
That's a shame, you know. It is a very hard agency when they're corrupt. And it seems like a lot more, child protection systems were becoming corrupt.
Right. Oh. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're listening to my show, and hopefully some things I can tell you. But one of the biggest concerns have me is so many people are using court-appointed attorneys, and these court-appointed attorneys work for CPS. Their whole goal is to do what CPS tells them, and they're not going to fight your case.
The one that my husband has was pissed off because he's won the kind of case I have before.
Okay.
We did the research on him before we accepted it.
Oh, okay.
The two attorneys that we have won a bunch of cases.
Okay.
And his brother recommended those two attorneys anyway.
All right.
Because they're best in this area.
Okay.
The best attorneys in this area.
Wow. Do you have any other family members that can help you?
We're going to talk to a couple in Michigan.
Are they relatives of yours?
Yes.
And what they say they can help you with?
Don't know yet until we get out there because he has family that's out there.
Mm.
And my father-in-law, Chris's real dad, he has a stepdad and a real dad.
Okay.
His stepdad, his real dad is willing on getting his siblings involved.
Okay. Yeah, I can respect that. I can respect that.
Because his dad was all-star, can't think what it's called, an all-star roller skater.
Okay.
So his family owned like a bunch of roller rinks.
Yeah.
So we didn't get a chance to talk to him last time we were out there.
Okay.
So they didn't even give us a chance to find somebody they could stay with.
Like next of kin?
Yeah.
Are your kids special needs?
No.
Okay.
The one had special needs for a while there because he wouldn't gain the weight.
Yeah, yeah.
But he could have gone a couple of our friends that are nurses and stuff like that.
Yeah, thank you, Felicia. Not you. I'm talking about one person in the room, Cruel. She says something
Yeah.
about, she said, I'm trying to catch up with the people. We have Anish from Wisconsin. Can I ask their names, the attorneys? No, we don't share names on the internet, okay? We don't share names. We try to do names of children or people, and that's why we don't do that. And glad to meet you, um, Annie from Wisconsin. Annie from Wisconsin, have you been on my show before? And what would you like to um, what would you like to talk about there? And Cruel, today I don't know where my mom is. I haven't seen her or spoken to my children. I have been the feeling that neither my mom or my babies are being cared for right. I don't know what to do. Well, I'm sorry, Cruel. I resorted to speaking with police officers. They conducted a welfare check. My mom is, in fact, not where I thought she was. And my brother still continues to antagonize me and further limiting my ability. I mean, that sounds so terrible, Cruel. Uh, Support and resources, yes. Um, I'm not trying to ignore you, my beloved, but you need to talk about CPS, okay? You need to ask a question about CPS, all right? Because it's too distracting. You're just constantly just going off in different directions. I'm going to have to, okay, I just, oh, you're here to listen, Annie from Wisconsin. Okay. Well, glad to have you for listening. That sounds good. So, um, are the children in foster care? Are they in a group home? Are they in a private home? Where are your children at?
They're in a foster parent's private home.
Now, is that foster parent taking good care of them? Or are they abusing your children?
The first foster home that my daughter was in, she got abused. But
Okay.
the second one now, she's doing great. And
Okay. All right. So, what other questions would you have to ask for me? What other questions do you have for me?
If they deny the appeal, what should we do?
Um, you're going to have to go to higher court. You're going to have to go to the capital of Iowa, and you need to speak to the civil rights coordinator. Yeah, beloved, I can't have you writing so much. It's too many messages for me to answer. And if you don't stop, then we're going to have to do that. I don't want to do that. So please, no more of those things. It's too discouraged. It's too confusion what you're doing to the room right now, beloved. We're trying to help out people, and it's hard for me to see the help through all the comments you've written on 3 different accounts, or 4 accounts, or 5 accounts, or whatever you have.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah. No. If I can, sir, hold on.
All right, go ahead.
There you go. Hello. I'm back.
All right, welcome back.
Yes, I wrote some things down for you. So, we'll go to the civil rights court.
That's the one that you have to contact in the state capitol.
Okay.
Because if you're not getting help locally, you're going to have to go to higher up.
Okay. Anybody else we should contact?
Well, if you want to go to the top, you can go to doge.gov, DODGE.gov. That is the White House. That's a new entity that was created by President Donald Trump. Its area code is 202. If you look on the internet, they have 2 phone numbers. They do work. They'll give you another number to call. They'll give you another number.
DOG.
No, DOG, DOGE, Doge. DOD, Doge, Doge. I'm now saying it wrong here myself. Hold on 1 second here. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on.
It's basic one is over there. You got it? You got it? I said it's basic one is over there. Basic one. You had a face. I'm doing
Okay, it's doge.gov. Doge. Hold on, I'm trying to do it. Let me see it here. And you go to that website, the doge.gov, and they'll give you 2 numbers that you can call.
Okay.
And that is actually to the White House. You might be able to get some help there.
Okay.
It's called the Department of Government Efficiency.
Okay.
And has a special advisor, Elon Musk, who's the advisor of it.
Yes. Okay. I don't have any more questions tonight.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in, and God bless you.
Not a problem.
And I am trying to help you. I know it's very difficult.
I know you.
So thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. My time is up. I went over my time. I went over longer than I wanted to, but because it started so late. So I want to thank the people tonight that were on here. Wow. So again, I want to thank Cruel, and I know how hard it's going through there. Don't give up, Cruel. And same with you, Christina. And so I really appreciate you, Cruel. And hello, Alicia NYP from California, City of California, California. And thank you for joining us tonight. And Annie from Wisconsin was listening. And then we had Cruel. And then we have Joshua and Bartley. I can't forget Bartley there. So right now, thank you, Justice, for starting it off there. And I will tell you good night. And I'll be on again tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is Bob Pace telling you to do not give up the fight for your children. God bless you all, and good night.